Hey everybody, it's Marshall Monkey here, and yes, we are back with reviews, starting with Legends of Tomorrow. This is going to be my Legends of Tomorrow Moonshot review. This was an interesting episode. You can definitely tell that the series is getting better and better, especially when we get closer to the finale. The finale was pretty great. I actually watched it. They did put Legends on Netflix, so if you haven't seen the second season, I do recommend you do see it, but there are some spoilers for Arrow and The Flash because of the crossover, and they have not put Arrow Season 5 or The Flash Season 3 on Netflix yet because it's not over yet. So we gotta wait for the seasons to be over. But Legends is there, so if you do like spoilers, I guess, or don't mind them, go watch Legends Season 2 on Netflix. But anyway, let's get started with the review. So, Reverse Flash did really well in this episode. This was kind of a Reverse Flash-centric episode. Reverse Flash gets a lot in the last few episodes up to the finale, and I really do like Matt Lyncher. He's so good in this role, and I like him in this episode because he has to work with Ray, but we'll talk about that in a second. But the Legends have to find the last piece of the spear, which is hidden on the moon, and I thought that was actually really interesting, because, you know, it's just really funny because NASA at the moon. Anyway, because they're going to NASA, they have to find Commander Steel, and that's where he is. He's in NASA, if the team is there, and Vixen, of course, reunites with Commander Steel because, again, they're on the JSA, which a lot of people, you know, I forgot that. I forgot that it was like, wait a minute, she's part of the JSA, because at this point, you really do see Vixen as more of a legend than you have in the past as a JSA member. Even when we first met her, I was like, yeah, you seem more like a legend. And you're not even on the Legends yet. So I thought that was really interesting that we got to see that realization. But I do like Commander Steel quite a bit as a character. I will miss him because he does pass away in this episode, or die, or whatever you want to say. He gets sucked out of the time ship, and... no, not the... well, yeah, it was a time ship. He gets sucked out of the time ship and dies. So that's pretty sad. It's really unfortunate, but I do like his character. I thought his character was great, even though we didn't even get that much. And there was also a lot about the family line, you know, the Steel family line, or I guess the Haywood? Haywood's their last name. The Haywood family line with his son, and talking about Nate's father being really kind of mean, you know, a tough dad. So it's pretty interesting to see that develop and see them dive into that backstory. So I like seeing more of Nate's backstory in this episode. Now, Rip, I do think that Rip has had an interesting time this episode. One, because Commander Steel hates him, which I think is really funny. Well, at least in this episode. Because in the beginning of the episode, they had some issues. But two, I think it's really interesting that Rip is not captain anymore. Like, you could definitely tell he's not captain. In the finale, there's a decision that Rip makes that will be kind of interesting to see what happens in Season 3, if they'll bring him back. But Rip has been, you know, kind of having this, not fight with Sarah, but having this kind of issue with Sarah of, you know, realizing that he wasn't a good captain, and that now that he was gone for all this time, that Sarah's been able to lead the team better and more effectively than himself. So I feel like Rip has to come to terms with that, and that's what he does in the finale. Again, we'll talk about that more when we get there, but it was really great seeing them wrestle with that idea and with that storyline. Now, I like, again, we have to talk about this, I like that Reverse Flash has to work with the Atom. So Ray has to work with Eobard to get back to Earth. This was great because I really feel like it's this frenemy thing that's going on where even though they're the enemy, Eobard still respects Ray a lot because he's a fellow scientist. We see that in this episode, and it's really nice to see Eobard as a scientist again, because you got to see a lot of that when he was disguised as Harrison Wells, and I like that he even references that. So I really thought that was a great moment, a great scene to see him work as a scientist again, because you really forget that he's a scientist and forget that he's this brilliant mind from the future because of how much he is a speedster, how much he's a villain right now, and it was really nice kind of diving back into that. Again, there's a lot of backstory with the characters this episode. Old backstory, new backstory, you get to see all of it. So I liked it. So again, this episode was great. I thought it was really interesting to see it come to light. What do you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And why or why not? Comment down below. Now, I am going to be doing more Legends reviews and catching up, and then some Arrow reviews that I have to get caught up with, and then I am doing a Superman video for the DCEU eventually, and maybe some more bonus videos along the way. Don't forget to look out for all those. Again, Legends is going to be definitely first, and then I might do some other videos for Krypton teaser, for Cloak and Dagger, who knows, we'll see. We'll see when we get there, and trust me, we will get there at some point. And then Gotham's returning as well, so there's just so much going on. But don't forget to scream this video out to the world by sharing it down below. We can always use some more viewers. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys later for some more videos. Bye-bye.